Preparing cash flow statement is sometimes hectic and time-consuming process. Hi, I am C. Anurag Agarwal and today I am going to tell you how to prepare cash flow statement by indirect method in few simple steps. So let's begin. Before we start preparing cash flow statements, let's understand some basics. Cash flow statement contain three parts. Number 1, cash flow from operating activity. Number 2, cash flow from investing activity. And number 3, cash flow from financing activity. Further, negative figure in cash flow statement denote cash outflow and positive figure denote inflow of cash. Now we understand how we can plot figures in cash flow statement. So item related to balance sheet, we use two formulas. These are current year liabilities minus previous year liability, and number 2, previous year assets minus current year assets. So any item which is related to balance sheet item, we use these two formulas. Let's see how we can use it. So we go to the balance sheet item and we take the first item, which is share capital. So share capital is a financing activity, but as there is no change in the there is no movement in the figures, so we ignore this and we do not consider it in our cash flow statement. Second item is reserve and surplus. This item we will take later in our video, so for the time being, let's skip it. The third is long-term borrowings. This is again a financing activity. Now see how we can plot in our cash flow statement. So we go to the financing activity and by using this formula, which is current year liability minus previous year liability, we plot figure here. This is equal to current year borrowing minus previous year borrowing. Similarly, we move to the next item, which is deferred tax liability. Now this is related to tax, so we go to the tax part in our cash flow statement and we use the same formula and plot figure here. Current year minus previous year. Similarly, we go to the next item, which is trade payables, which is a working capital. So we go the working capital part of our cash flow statement. Now you can see the trade payable. We use the same formula, current year liability minus previous year liability. Current year liability minus previous year liability. Similarly, we place figures in current liabilities and provisions. Current liability minus previous year liability. Now we have completed our liability part. Let's move to the asset part. Now in asset part, we use this formula, previous year asset minus current year asset. So first item is fixed asset. So fixed asset is an investing activity. So we go to the investing activity part of our cash flow statement. So we use the formula previous year asset minus current year asset. Right? Previous year minus current year. Now we go to the next item in our balance sheet, which is long-term loans and advances. Long-term loans and advances is a working capital. We can also see there is a short-term loans and advances, which is similar to long-term loans and advances. So we are going to club both of these in our cash flow statement. So in a cash flow statement, we will use previous year asset minus current year assets in our working capital part of the cash flow statement. So previous year minus current year. Now we go to the next item in our balance sheet, which is trade receivable. Again, previous year asset minus current year asset. Now the next item is other bank balance. Now other bank balance is our investing activity. So we go to the investing activity part of our cash flow statement. So previous year minus current year. The next and last item in asset side is other current assets. So other current assets is a working capital. So we will go here using the same formula, previous year minus current year. Now you can see we have completed the asset side and only thing which is left is reserve and surplus in the liability side. Now let us understand how we can incorporate reserve and surplus in our cash flow statement. So let's go to the schedule. In the schedule, you can see the difference is only because of the profit and loss during the year. So in the cash flow statement, we have loss before taxes just below cash flow from operating activities. So if we will link the amount from the profit and loss account, which is loss before taxes. Now you can see our cash balance has matched. But does it complete our cash flow statement? No. The answer is no. The reason being, there are few items which may be in operating activity but need to be reclassified to investing activity or financing activity. Or there may be some items which are in investing activity or financing activity which need to be reclassified to either operating uh, activities or to investing or financing activity. Now let us see how we can do it. So we start with profit and loss account. The first item is revenue from operation. So let's go to that schedule and see if there is any item which need to be adjusted. In this example, in this case, we don't have any item which need to be adjusted under revenue from operation. So let's go to the next schedule, which is other income. Now, under other income, we can see there are liabilities written back and interest income. Now, liabilities written back is a non-cash adjustment item, and interest income is an investing activity. So in the cash flow, under operating activities, in case if we have to adjust any income, we are going to subtract it. So we put a minus sign and we subtract liabilities written back. Now, if we have subtracted it here, we need to add it in any other part of our cash flow statement so that our cash flow statement is matching. So liabilities written back will be adjusted under trade payable or under current liabilities. In my case, it is current liabilities. So here, if in the operating activity we have subtracted, we are going to add in under the current liabilities. Now the next item is interest income. Now interest income is a financing activity. So we are going to minus it here in under operating activity and we are going to add it in under investing activity. Now we can see our cash flow is still matching. So now we go to the next item, which is employee benefit expenses. So there are no item which need to be adjusted. So we skip that part. Now we go to the operating and other expenses. Now we can see there is a bad debt written off, which is a non-cash adjustment item. So what we will do it as it is an expense, we are going to we are going to add it under operating activity. Now, as we have added here, we need to subtract it under trade receivables. We can see our cash flow is still matching. That means we are going in a right direction. Now let's see the next schedule, which is finance expense. Finance expense is an financing activity. So we are going to subtract it from operating activity. So we need to add here and we are going to put under financing activity. Now we can see our cash flow statement is still matching. Now let us see if there is any other item left in profit and loss account. See there is an item which is depreciation. In depreciation, as its expense, we are going to add in operating activity, and as it is related to investing activity, which is related to purchase of fixed asset, we are going to subtract it. As we have added in operating activity, we will subtract it under investing activity. We can see our cash flow is matching. Now we can see we have included a profit and loss account. So if there is any non-cash adjustment or there is any adjustment required in to do in the profit and loss account, we have captured in our cash flow statement. Now move to the balance sheet part and see if there any such item which need to be adjusted. So in case of share capital, you can see there is no such item. The reserve and surplus as it is related to profit and loss account which we have already captured in our cash flow statement, we have to do nothing here. In case of long-term borrowings, there is nothing which is required. Deferred tax, nothing required. Trade payables, also nothing required. Now, in case of other current liabilities, you can see there is current maturity of long-term debt, which is a part of financial activity and not working capital. So we need an adjustment here. So let's see how we will do it. So in the cash flow statement, we have current liabilities and provisions. So we have formula current year liabilities minus previous year liability. So we are going to put the same formula here, which is minus current year liability minus previous year liability. So if we have put a minus sign here, we need to add it somewhere else. So we copy this formula, and because this is related to financing activity, we are going to under financing activity, and we will add it here. We can see our cash flow is still matching. Now we go to the next schedule, long-term loans and advances. You can see this is related to income tax, and presently it is captured in working capital. So we have to eliminate it from here. So the formula is previous year assets minus current year assets. We are going to subtract. Now we have to do previous year assets minus current year assets, which means previous year minus current year. We are going to add under income tax. Just add it here. You can see our cash flow is still matching. Now we go to the next schedule. In trade receivable, there is nothing required. In cash flow statement, cash statement, nothing required. Bank balance, nothing required. Short-term loans and advances, nothing required. Now, other current assets. Now you can see there is an item which is interest accrued on fixed deposit. This is related to financing activity, or it may be an investing activity. In our case, it is an investing activity. So what we are going to do is we are going to eliminate from here minus previous year figure, previous year figure minus current year figure. So we are going to add in under interest received, the investing activity. Now we can see our cash flow statement is still matching. Now we have already completed our balance sheet and there is nothing left. We have covered balance sheet, we have covered profit and loss account, and now our cash flow statement is complete. Hope this video will help you in preparation of cash flow statement. If you like this video, kindly do not forget to like it. If you have any suggestion, drop it under comment section. Thank you for your patience hearing.